own pace, making sure that nothing is causing pain or discomfort, as in joint pain, muscular discomfort, entirely up to you. If you need to stop and stretch, stop and stretch. If you can keep it going for as long as you can. Making sure that you've got the usual props, so the band and ball or a little cushion. If you don't have one. And then setting up. If you're lying down on the mat, if you can just let the mat to carry your weight. Just extending the legs if possible, keeping them bent if you rather keep them bent, allowing the arms to drop down by the side, turning the palms to face to the ceiling, the front of the chest to open up. If I'm seated, see if I can try and sit a little bit taller, a little bit straighter. So encouraging more space through the abdomen, making sure that the rib cage is not squashing down, it's not dropping down into the belly. The diaphragm is not squashed in between, unable to move up and down, encouraging the sympathetic, the fight or flight breath, the kind of like stress breath up to the top. So see if I can try and get into that nice relaxed belly breath, creating space, feeling the belly raising with the inhalation, falling with the exhalation. So using the breath to help relax the body. And then noticing how the body feels. So there might be some niggle somewhere. I might feel that I can feel more pressure on one side than the other. My right arm feels in a different position compared to my left. My right shoulder is forward. My head is to the side. I'm not changing anything, just noticing where the body is and how it feels at the moment. And then as you feel a little bit more relaxed and you feel a little bit more settled, then we're going to start focusing on the shoulder girdle. I'm going to retract the right shoulder, so I'm going to try and pull the right shoulder back as far as I can, and then I'm going to bring it forward as far as I can. So I'm going to pull it back as far as possible, and then forward, back, and then forward. So if I'm seated, I've got more space, so I'm going to play with the space. So see if you can think of, or see if you can be aware of the shoulder moving, or the shoulder blade moving, not the thoracic spine, so I'm not turning, I'm just moving the shoulder. If I'm laying down, it's a little bit less space available, but I can still try to pull the shoulder back as if I was trying to get the shoulder behind the rib cage and then pull it forward. So taking it back and then pulling it forward. 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing that shoulder. Same thing to the other side. I'm going to retract, I'm going to pull the shoulder back, and then I'm going to bring it forward. Pull it back, bring it forward. So feeling the shoulder blade moving at the back of the rib cage, just see if I can try and unglue the shoulder blade to see if I can create a little bit of freer movement through the shoulder girdle. Noticing if you tend to over-recruit and stiffen the neck, see if I can try and keep the neck as relaxed as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and relax. So releasing the shoulder, I'm going to adjust the shoulders, adjust the rib cage if I need to, and then this time I'm going to pull both shoulder blades together. So I'm going to squeeze them together at the back, and then I'm going to release. Squeeze them together at the back, and release. Squeeze them together at the back, and release. From the next one, I'm going to squeeze at the back and then hold that tension. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Then again, retract, squeeze them together. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. 2 more. Retract, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Last time. Retract, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Relaxing the shoulders, giving it a little roll, giving it a little jiggle, making sure that there is no tension, and then reaching both arms to the front. If I'm seated, without lifting them too high, comfortable height, so that, again, I'm not forcing the neck to stiffen up, and then I'm going to start to rotating from side to side. So nice gentle rocking, swing the arms to the right, swing the arms over to the left, rolling from one shoulder onto the other. So see if I can try and create a little movement into the back, and at the same time, trying to create a little stretch behind the shoulder blades as I move from side to side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to swing the arms over to the right, and then with the right hand, I'm going to grab hold of the left wrist with the left arm, and then I'm just going to try and pull a little bit harder. So see if I create a little bit more stretch behind that left shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Swap side. I'm going to rotate to the left. Left hand grabs hold of the right arm, and then pulls across into a little bit more of a stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back. Releasing the shoulders, returning the rib cage, returning the body back to the center. And then I'm going to see if I can add the arm. Exaggerating the movement to see if you can think of a nice extension, a nice lift into the breast and a nice lift into the chest. I'm going to swing the arms to the front as if I was trying to throw them up and behind me. I'm going to extend my way up, and then I'm just going to release my way down. I'm going to extend my way up and release my way down. So if I'm lying down, think of the back of the rib cage lifting off the mat. If I'm sitting up, imagine to be pushing your chest forward and up at the same time. So see if I can encourage more movement, more opening at the front, more movement into the back. 5. Again, it doesn't matter if the arms can lift only a little. 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing back, releasing the shoulders, releasing the back again. It's a little bit more movement through the thoracic, into the shoulder and into the arm. I'm going to change the direction of the movement one more time. I'm going to go into a little lateral flexion. So if you're lying down, as usual, I'm just going to support the head with one hand, and then I'm going to reach down with the other. So I'm going to start flexing to the right. I'm going to reach down the right side as far as I can, and then I'm going to pull back to center. Then reach down the left as far as I can, and then pull back to center. So same as usual. See if I can be aware of the chest is staying lifted, so making sure that I'm not reaching forward, I'm reaching sideways. So think of that sets of pulleys down the side of the waist. The obliques are trying to pull the ribcage back to the middle and then ease it down on the side. Pull it back to the middle and then ease it down the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it back. Returning back to the middle, adjusting if I need to adjust, and then I'm going to go back into the shoulder one more time. So this time I'm going for a little lateral raise. So I'm going to scoop the right arm out to the side, bringing it towards the ceiling or towards the head, and then swing it around and back towards the hips. Then to the other side, and then back, and then swapping again. So again, little movement, big movement, adjusting the angle of the arm, allowing the arm to come slightly forward to the body line. If I feel that the shoulder feels a bit stiffer, feels a little bit restricted, or if possible, see if I can keep the arm right to the side. So imagine your back to be against the wall, or imagine to be lying down on the floor. With the arm, I'm going to try and wipe the floor next to me, and then with the other arm, I'm going to try and wipe the floor next to me to the other side. But just making sure that the movement is not causing me pain. 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing down, releasing the shoulders, releasing the arms, and then I'm going to try and see if I can put the two movements together. So I'm going to flex it to the right. I'm going to hold the flexion with the right, with the left arm. I'm going to swing around and then move towards the head. So a little bit more stretch down the side. Then come back to the center, flex down the left, swing the right arm around, see if I can create a little bit more stretch up the right side. Easing back and then to the other side again. So if I'm seated and I feel a little bit unstable, I can put the hand that is coming down on the chair to give me a little support so that I can get that nice stretch down the side, or I can reach down the side if I feel stable enough. If I'm lying down, I need to let go of the head, so I'm just going to flex to the side and then reach with the arm to get the stretch. Come back, flex to the side, and then reach with the arm to get the stretch the other way. 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back. Releasing the shoulders, relaxing the neck if I'm lying down, as the neck might be a little bit overloaded. And then I'm going to start focusing more down the spine. I'm going to get into a little hip hitch first. So keeping the knees bent, I'm just going to try and hitch the right hip up to the right side of the rib cage, and then the left hip to the left. So right to the right, left to the left. So see if I can try and create a little bit more movement down the bottom of the spine, so mobilizing the lumbar spine. Noticing difference between right and left. One side moves better, one side maybe a little bit catchy. I'm not forcing anything. I'm just trying to relax as much as I can. Notice the neck, especially if you're lying down. Make sure that the neck is not over-recruited, so my neck is not stiffening and tightening up. If I'm seated, using the arms maybe to offer a little bit of a counterbalance, to see if I can try and create the tension on the right side of the belly to help me pull the right seat off the chair, and then creating tension onto that left side to help me ease the tension, ease the pressure of that left seat bone. So hitching up on one, and then hitching up on the other side. Hitching up on one, and then hitching up on the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back, returning the hips back to the middle, and then from a hip hitch, I'm going to go into a pelvic tilt. So tilting the pelvis back and focus the movement onto the lumbar spine, especially if I'm seated, the tendency to start to slouch in more from the top, from the rib cage. See if I can think of creating movement down the bottom of the spine. So I'm going to rock my hips back, round in the lower back, and then forward. See if I can try and come back into neutral. So tilting back and then coming forward. If I'm down on the floor, easier as I've got the floor guiding me. What I want is for the lower back to press onto the mat and then to lift away again. To press into the mat and then lift away again. Well, same as you were doing for the hip hitch, notice the tension coming up into the neck. See if I can try and avoid the tension into the neck, into the face. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing back. Resetting your neutral, adjusting the hips, and then I'm going to start focusing on the hip joint. If I need a little support, I'm going to use the band. We're going to be doing a little bit of a knee lift, repeating on the same side. So if I need the band, I'm just going to place the band around the back of the right leg. And then I'm going to hold it with my right hand. Then taking a deep breath in, as I breathe out, I want my right leg to come up and my right arm to reach up at the same time. Then I'm going to ease back down and then I'm going to repeat it again. So imagine to be puppeting your leg. So if I've got the band around the leg, I'm actually puppeting the leg. And then I'm just going to ease back. So see if I can encourage the movement up and down on the same side. Feeling the right hip closing to create that lift, the arm assisting in that lift, and then I'm just going to ease back. So I'm going to try and pull up on the leg and then bring it back down again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release, relaxing the hip, relaxing the arm. I'm going to switch the effort to the left side. So I'm going to place the band around the left leg if I need the support, holding it with my left arm. And then same as I did on the right, I'm going to try and flex that left hip and release. Lifting the arm, lifting the leg, and then coming back. Lifting the arm, lifting the leg, and then coming back. It doesn't matter if the foot doesn't lift off the ground, it's just kind of like trying to peel away. So it doesn't need to be a massive movement, but see if I can be aware, see if I can focus on the movement happening into the hip joint and into the shoulder joint. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and releasing back, releasing the shoulder, releasing the legs, a little bit more movement. I'm going to stay with the knee lift, but this time I'm going to try and coordinate my right leg with my left arm. So again, if you're using the band, I'm going to place the band around the right leg again. But this time I'll be holding it with my left arm. So the band is crossing over. And then opposite arm and leg moving together. I'm going to lift the right leg and the left arm. And then easing back. Lifting. And then coming back. And then same as usual, noticing if this combination seems to be working better or worse for you. I might find that it moves a little bit better. I feel that I've got a little bit more control this way, or I feel it's worse, or it could be the same. The same as you did before, just to see if you can focus the attention to the hip joint and the shoulder joint moving together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And releasing down, relaxing the shoulder, releasing the hip, switching sides, so placing the band behind the left knee if I'm going to use the band. And then this time lifting the left leg and the right arm at the same time. So I'm going to lift, and then I'm going to lower. So again, focusing on the hip, focusing on the shoulder. See if I can just be aware of the movement in the joint, closing and then opening back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And releasing back. Again, relaxing the hip, releasing the arm, relaxing the shoulder. I'm going to change the effort. I'm going to see if I can go left and right, so side to side. So same as you did for your knee flexion, same as you did for your knee lift. I'm going to use the band if I know that the leg is a little bit temperamental, doesn't respond very well. So I'm just going to use the band around the leg, and then I'm just going to use the arms to kind of like guide that leg into movement. If I'm laying down, if I'm sitting up, I can even use my hand. I don't even use my, the band around. But if I'm laying down, maybe with the band, I can support the weight of the leg better. I'm going to start to taking the leg out to the right leg out to the right. And then what I want is to pull it across to the left. So I want the leg to go out to the right and then pull it across to the left. So I'm going to keep the movement going, see if I can get the leg to move a little bit better. If I feel that I've got control of the leg, so the leg is moving, however small or big the movement is, then I'm going to start using the arms too. As the leg opens to the right, I'm going to open the right arm out to the right too. As the leg crosses to the left, I'm going to open that left. So as the leg goes to the right, I'm going to open my right arm to the right. As the leg comes across to the left, I'm going to open my left arm to the left. So I'm going to follow the movement of the leg with the arm. So opening to the right, and then coming across and opening to the left. Opening to the right, and then coming across, and then opening to the left. So if I've got the band in my hand, I'll be switching the band to the right hand, back to the center, switching it to the left to pull across. So switching it back to the right to pull it out to the right, and then switching it to the left to pull it across. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. and releasing back, releasing the shoulder, relaxing the leg. I'm going to try the same thing with the left side. So switching the band around that left leg if you needed the support of the of the band. And then I'm going to start opening and closing the leg, pulling the leg across to the right, open it to the left, pulling it across to the right, and then opening to the left. Just to see if I can encourage movement into the hip joint, just a little bit more range into the hip joint. And then once that I feel the movement feels a little bit easier, a little bit smoother, then I'm going to add the arm. So with the left arm, I'm going to open out as the leg opens to the left. With the right arm, I'm going to open out as the leg comes across to the right. So I'm going to open to the left and then cross and open to the right. Open to the left and then cross and open to the right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And releasing back, relaxing the hip, releasing the leg. Just a little bit more movement into the hip joint. I'm going to change the effort, allowing the arms a little rest as well. This time I'm going to push down into the floor. So both feet together, I'm going to drive the soles of the feet down into the mat. If I'm seated, I'm going to lean forward into the legs, as if I was going to try and push up into standing, so lift off the chair, and then I'm just going to ease my way back down. So using the arms to offer a little support. See if I can try and transfer some weight into the legs, and then see if I can hold onto the weight. If you feel that, if you're seated and you feel that the knees tend to kind of like a back or give way, if you bring the knees together, they will kind of like support each other, or you can even use the pillow of the ball between the knees to prevent the knee to kind of like collapse and fall into that gap. So I'm just going to give a little support through the middle. Same thing if I'm lying down. If I feel that as I'm bridging my way up, my leg tends to buckle in, I can put the ball, I can put the pillow between the knees to help me maintain the distance between the knees as I'm driving the hips up into bridge and then coming back down again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. And releasing back, relaxing the legs, releasing the hips. I'm going to allow the legs a little rest, and then I'm just going to focus on the arms and focus on the upper body. I'm going to grab hold of the pillow, grab hold of the ball, and then place it between the hands. As you're pushing into the ball, watch the wrist, as the tendency is to extend the wrist, so it's to bring the wrist in that position that might put quite a lot of pressure into the joint. See if I can keep the wrist straight. So I'm pushing with all of the arm, not just with my hands. So I'm going to bring the ball roughly to the front of the chest, and then I'm going to start pushing into the ball and releasing. Pushing into the ball and releasing. So as if I was trying to bring the palm of my hands together. So I'm going to press and release, press and release. As you keep pressing and releasing, especially if you're seated, notice as you press, do you feel yourself shrugging? So are the shoulders coming up to your head, coming up to your ears? Can you keep the shoulders down? Can you keep a nice long lifted neck? So think of the tension stopping around the front of the chest and the back of the shoulder, but not lifting up into the neck, into the face. Once I feel that I've got that control, then see if you can try and do the movement quicker. Imagine to be clapping your hands. So I'm going to try and do it as quick as I can. So I'm going to press, 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 press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms, and then I'm going to change the effort. I'm going to bring the ball underneath the right armpit. So I'm going to tack it in there, and then I'm going to squeeze it with the top of the arm. So the forearm and the hands are free this time. I'm going to take a deep breath in, and then as I breathe out, I'm going to try and press the forearm into the side of the ribcage. So I'm going to try and squeeze the ball sideways, and then I'm going to ease the pressure. So I'm going to press and release, press and release. Then same as you did for the forward, for the front to squeeze. See if you can notice the shoulder. If the big muscle at the back is not strong enough, the tendency will be for the trapser to kick in. So for the side of the neck to start tensing and the shoulder to hitch out. So if I can think of the shoulder keeping down, think of reaching long into the elbow and squeezing it to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. I'm going to hold the pressure, nothing too strong, we'll just keep the pressure there, and then I want to start opening into a little down whiter. So I'm going to rotate my forearm and my hand out to the side, keeping the pressure, and then I'm going to come back. So I'm going to rotate out and back. 3, 4, keep thinking of maintaining that softer pressure into the ball. 5, the shoulder is down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and releasing back, easing the pressure, relaxing the arm, relaxing the shoulder. I'm going to try the same thing with the left. So I'm going to tap the ball, the pillow, under the right, under the left armpit, and then forearm and hand nice and free. I'm going to try and squeeze the top of the arm towards the side of the rib cage, and then ease the pressure back. Squeeze it in, and then ease back. I think of reaching long into the elbow. The shoulder is dropping, the neck is relaxed, and then easing the pressure again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then last one, I'm going to hold a gentle pressure, and then I'm going to start turning the arm out. Then come back, keep that pressure, and then rotating out again. 2, shoulders still down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and releasing back, releasing the shoulder, releasing the arm, and then making sure that I'm not holding tension into the neck. I'm going to ease off some of the tension from the neck. I'm going to reach the right hand to the back of the head. Imagine to be cupping your skull at the bottom of the skull and reach with your fingers to the left side of the skull, so that I've got some traction in rotation. I can kind of like pull my head to the side. Then once the right arm is set there, I'm going to go into a little lateral flexion. So I want the left ear to come down to the left shoulder. And then keeping that lateral flexion, now I'm going to turn the head to look at my right elbow, but with the hand, I'm going to try and resist that rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to release, bring the head back to the center. I'm going to try again. So left ear to the left shoulder, flex to the side. And then as you try to turn the head to look at your right elbow, I'm going to resist with the hand, trying to stop the head from turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easing back to center, returning the head back to the middle. One more time. Left ear to the left shoulder. And then as you're trying to turn the head to look over the right, with the hand, I'm going to try and resist that movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back. Easing the head back to the middle, releasing the shoulders, relaxing the arms. I wanted to test your range of movement in rotation. So I'm going to turn to look over the right shoulder, turn to look over the left, and noticing movement. Then I'm going to try and bring the right ear to the right shoulder, the left ear to the left again, noticing the movement. And then bring the head back to the middle. I'm going to repeat the same to the other side. So I'm going to scoop my left hand around the head, reaching around to the right. I'm going to bring the right ear to the right shoulder, so flexing right. And then as I try to turn my head to look up at that left elbow, I'm going to resist with my hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easing all the way back to the middle, and then trying again. Right ear to the right shoulder. As you turn to look at your left elbow, trying to resist that rotation using your left hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and easing back. Last time. Right ear to the right shoulder. As you turn into the left, using your hand behind the head to stop the head from turning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back to the middle. Relaxing the shoulders, resetting the shoulders back to the center position, and then retesting your movement. So I'm going to turn to look over the right, turn to look over the left, Hopefully feeling a little bit of an improvement with the rotation. And then see if I can retest my lateral flexion. So right ear to the right shoulder, left ear to the left. Again, hopefully a little improvement here as well. 3, 2, 1. And easing back to center. Returning the head back to the middle. And then I'm just going to focus on the legs. If you're lying down, I want you to extend your left leg well on the floor. Keep the right leg bent. Turn the foot in so that the foot is resting against the inside of your left thigh. Let the right knee open out to the right. If I'm seated, I'm just going to put my hand on the inside of that right leg and then pushing the leg out to the right as far as it goes. I'm going to hold the pressure. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, to see if you can go a little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release and back. Swapping the legs around, extending the right, bending the left. Letting the left knee open out to the left, the hand on the inside of the thigh. I'm going to push the leg out, lengthening through that left inner thigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, just see if you can go a little bit deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back. Relaxing the leg, releasing the hip. Same as before. If you're lying down, extending the left leg, bend the right. I'm going to cross the right leg over the left. So I'm going to lift the leg up. If I'm seated, cross it over the left, and then pulling it with the left arm. If I can't cross the leg over, I'm just going to pull both legs to the left and then turning away to encourage a little bit more of a stretch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easing back. Same thing to the other side. Extending the right, pull up the left to cross it over. See if I can get the stretch coming down the side of the hip or side of the leg, gentle stretch across the back. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And releasing back. Returning the legs back to the middle. If you're lying down, rolling over onto your side and in your own time, pushing yourself up into sitting. Finding your comfortable seated position, leaning against the wall, leaning against something that is not going to be moving if you need to, or just using the arms for a little support. Same as we did at the beginning, see if we can find the space at the front of the body, so making sure that the ribcage is not collapsing down onto the belly. Maintaining that lift, I'm going to take a deep breath in. As I breathe out, I'm going to push the chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades behind, and then I'm going to look forward, look up, look back, and try to open up and lift to the front of the body. Then I'm going to release and reverse, letting the chin drop down to the chest, rounding the upper back, rounding the shoulders, rounding the lower back if I want to. And then back up in reverse. I'm coming all the way back up to the top. Extending your way up. Looking forward, looking up, looking back. And releasing, coming forward. Dropping down. Last time, I'm curving all the way back up, extending through, trying to create as much space as you can in the front, looking forward, looking up, looking back. And then release it back to the front. One hand to the belly, one hand to the back. Take a bow, give yourself a clap for that. Any question or anything as usual, please stand.